This is Prompt Champs. It's 1M and you've got 7 browser tabs open. You copy a function out of your editor, paste it into a chat, copy the answer back, and paste it in. You explain your project again the 5th time this week because the AI forgot everything the second the window closed. Then you look up and it just rewrote the wrong file and your working code is gone. That knot in your stomach? It doesn't have to be there. The gap between fighting this tool and flying with it isn't talent, and it isn't more typing. It's a handful of small moves most people never switch on, the ones that let you work calmer, ship faster, and stay in control of every change. Here are 20 of them, counting down to the one that changes how you start. Number 20, reference files with @ You paste half a file, it asks for the rest, and 3 minutes vanish to copy-paste. Type at src/auth. Pi explain the login flow, the @ auto-completes the path and reads the whole file inline. Full context in 1 line, 0 pasting. Number 19, paste a screenshot. The button sits 10 pixels off-center and words can't capture it. Hit CMD+V, Control+V on Windows to drop the screenshot into your prompt, then ask why it's misaligned. It reads the image and works from what you see, not guesswork. Number 18, compact and clear. An hour into debugging, replies slow as the chat fills with dead ends. Run compact, keep the final fix to shrink the history to what matters, or clear to wipe the slate. You get room to think without losing the fix you earned. Number 17, switch models mid-task. You're paying Opus-level effort to rename a variable. Type model haiku for the quick, cheap turns, then model Opus the moment you hit the hard problem. You match horsepower to the task instead of overspending on every edit. Number 16, press escape to interrupt. It's 3 paragraphs into editing the wrong file and clearly going sideways. One press of escape stops it cold, keeps the work so far, and waits. Say review it instead, and you redirect in seconds, with no runaway edit to undo. Number 15, resume where you stopped. You close the terminal, and an hour of built-up context feels gone. Run Claude continue to reopen the previous session, or resume pick from a list. Every file and decision sits where you left it, so you start from progress. Number 14, save custom/commands. You retype the same 6-step release prompt every Friday and fumble a step. Save those steps as a markdown file in Claude Commands and run it with release. The workflow in your head becomes one command the whole team can fire. Number 13, give it project memory. Every session opens with you re-explaining that tests run before commits. Put your rules in a Claude MD file, like always run npm test before committing, and it loads automatically. Write the standard once, stop repeating it. Number 12, stop approving every edit. You've clicked yes 40 times on edits you already trusted, breaking focus each time. Press Shift plus Tab to cycle into Accept Edits mode, and it stops asking on safe changes. The flow keeps moving, and you still see every edit. Number 11, background a running task. Your test suite takes 4 minutes and you're stuck watching a spinner. Press Ctrl+B to send the dev server or the test run to the background, then keep prompting while it churns. You get those minutes back to keep building. Number 10, auto-run after edits. You keep forgetting to format the file, so the diff fills with whitespace noise. Add a post-tool use hook in Claude settings, JSON that runs your formatter after every edit. The cleanup happens on its own, so each change lands tidy. Number 9, connect real tools. You bounce between the terminal and GitHub, copy-pasting issue text by hand. Connect an MCP server for GitHub, a database, or Figma, then say find issue 1234 and open a PR. It reads and writes those tools directly, no middleman. Number 8, isolate work in a Worktree. You want to try a risky feature, but not on the branch you ship today. Run Claude Worktree feature, X, and it works in a separate Worktree and branch. Its edits never touch your current files, so you experiment and merge only wins. Number 7. Rewind a bad change. A refactor spiraled, and 3 files are tangled with no clean undo. Run Rewind or tap Escape to restore your files and the conversation to any earlier turn. You roll back to the moment before it went wrong and start clean. Number 6. Delegate to a subagent. Mapping how a library handles threading would bury your main thread in noise. Hand it to a subagent from Claude Agents that works in its own context and returns only the answer. Your main conversation stays clean and on task. Number 5. Teach it reusable skills. Deploy steps clutter every session even when you're nowhere near deploying. Write a skill in Claude/skills/name/skill, MD, and it loads only when the task calls for it. The playbook appears when you deploy and hides otherwise. Number 4. Let it think first. A race condition that only shows up under load gets a fast guess and a wrong patch. Ask it to reason the problem through before it acts, spending the thinking up front. The first attempt hits the real cause, not another loop. Number 3. Run it headless. You want a security pass on every diff without babysitting a chat. Run Claude P to fire it non-interactively so it slots into scripts and pipes. Try git diff Claude P, flag any security risks for plain text output. Number 2. Make it verify itself. It says the form works, but build it and confirm every field saves has burned you before. With the Playwright tool, it runs your app, screenshots the result, and checks its own work first. You get code that passed a browser test. Number 1. Plan before it touches code. Letting it edit before anyone agreed on the approach is the fastest way to waste an hour. Press Shift+Tab into plan mode. It explores your code, proposes a plan, and waits for your yes before touching a file. Decide, then build. Which will you try first? Comment below and subscribe.